Hello, my friends. Frank Michelle again, your host on Miami Revealed. Welcome back. Again, today we have Minerva, a very intelligent, well-informed, and educated lady.
Thank you.
That is an advocate for our rights. And our rights are based on the laws that our government ratifies and passes upon us, but they should be passed upon us to improve our quality of life, not to enslave us or make us paid slaves, which is what I think we all are right now. Welcome back. It's been a very challenging week. Our foundation, our constitution is being called into question. Almost every director of every agency, the FBI, the Department of Justice, the IRS, the CIA, Congress itself is being called into question. And quite frankly, most of the people in our great nation are fed up and disgusted with the way things are not being run. Mm-hmm. In fact, I want to share something with you that I did last weekend. I've been a card-carrying member of the Democratic Party since I was 18 years old. And here's my card. And that's what I think about the Democratic Party right now. And I'm not a person that goes right wing or left wing. I'm the guy that votes for the right person and the right laws. But I'm so disgusted with the Democratic Party that I've renounced it. And I'm either going to go independent or Republican. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we are here to talk about is the federal laws regarding our income tax, because that's the money they use to regulate us. Mm-hmm. I welcome you back, and please enlighten us further.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. And thank you, the audience, beautiful people. Just as a small disclaimer, everything that we say here is not legal advice. It's for educational purpose only. So please, if you're going to make any kind of changes regarding your taxes, always talk to a tax attorney for that. So today is a continuation of the video that we did before about property taxes. And today we want to talk about specifically how to remove your home, your private home, from the tax roll. And the question here is, if the law is so clear about no ad valorem taxes shall be levied upon the homestead, how come we are paying taxes? How come we are getting the government to basically practice extortion over us, intimidation and coercion, telling us that if you don't pay your property taxes, we're going to put a lien on your house, and then we're going to take the house away from you. Then they bring the sheriff, and then they bring all these people. They put your home in a sheriff's auction sale. I mean, this is very intimidating. It's very daunting for a lot of people, and most people, what do? They just abide by what they think is the law, but it's not the law. Today I'm going to tell you a couple of things that they are truly going to change your life in the way that you think. And if you find any value on everything that I'm going to be telling you today, please like and share, because I know that other people are going to be very happy with this information.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said before, no state ad valorem taxes shall be levied upon the homestead. And we also discovered that the 16th Amendment was never legally ratified, which is the only leg that the IRS have in order to intimidate us for tax purposes.
So no law, no enforcement.
That's right. The law is for us right now at this very moment. The IRS has absolutely no subject matter jurisdiction, and the court cannot be for the IRS if the IRS cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the 16th Amendment was truly and lawfully ratified. It was only passed by 2 states, but you need 36 states in order to truly and lawfully ratify a law. So,
likewise, if you want to remove constitutional amendment, you need the 3/3 majority of the states to ratify it or to remove it.
Yeah, you need 36, but if only two pass that law, then you have nothing.
That's non-existent.
That's right. That's right. So what could be the problem here? What could be how is the government hanging on to this leg? Well, number one, it could be that you are running a business from your home, a registered business. Correct. In your home. And if you are running a registered business on your home, well, perhaps the Florida homestead tax exemption may apply to you because, you're actually running a business. Or if you have a business somewhere else, but for whatever reason you decided to use your home address to register that business. And if that is the situation, then you can correct that wrong because the law provides for you to amend your mistakes and get remedy. But what if you're not running a business from your home?
Or anything for profit.
Or anything for profit. Well, this is the kicker right here. At the very moment, the day that you sign for, all the documents to get your home, and the only thing that you're thinking about, the only thing that you're thinking about is, give me those keys, I want to move.
Let me start painting right now.
Yes, you want to paint, you want to do the backyard, you want to do a swimming pool, you want to change.
The American dream.
Absolutely. It is actually the American dream to have your own, to own your own private home, all right? So what happens? They trick you, my friends. They trick you. For the third time, they trick you into signing a little area where you say that you give the government the opportunity to take financial interest in your home.
That's very interesting. Now, I'm not going to ask you a legal question, but the question is, when you sign those massive amount of documents that nobody really reads, it'll take you a week and $3,000 for an attorney to read it for you.
And they don't tell you.
No, and you cross that out and you initiate it that you're not willing to comply with that. Can your home sale go forward or purchase go forward?
Well, that's the thing that they take advantage of that because what if I already know that there is absolutely no law written that you have to sign that deed and register your home in the government.
Very interesting.
There is no law that makes you register your home in the government. But they tell you, but it's the normal thing to do. Well, the normal thing to do is not the lawful thing to do. Most of these people, they don't know, but the ones that they know, they have special interest in these homes too, okay? They do get their little bonus, if I can put it that way. So they don't educate you, they don't help you, and let's say that like I was saying before, I can tell the lawyer, listen, I don't want to register my home in the county. Oh, but you have to do it. You have to. Well, show me the law right now where it says that I have to. They won't show it to you, but what they will do is that they will cancel the whole process, and they might fine you with whatever. They might say, well, if we don't sign those papers today, you're gonna lose the down payment in your home, because you're canceling all this process. They can do that.
That's interesting.
They can use that intimidation on you.
So you're basically, they put a paper gun. Excuse me. They put a paper gun to your head, and if you want to move into your home and start your American dream, or sell your home and move on to whatever, if you don't sign that, you get nothing.
Right, because normally you go with your realtor, and the realtor is not a lawyer. She doesn't know anything about law, but she's the only one that is representing you.
But the title company should inform you.
Right,
and that
but
is
they won't.
well, and
they
that
make
is,
money out of that.
Well, and that's one of the topics I want to touch on, because I've sued title companies before. They make a lot of mistakes, and I've prevailed on every one of them. Because they have to have a bond, at least $50,000 for errors and omissions. And if they don't inform you totally of what it is you're signing, then they are held liable. And folks, again, one of our businesses is in the insurance field, and I've had to sue title companies and HOAs because they abuse their power, they mistake the law, and
They
then
abuse their power.
Yeah, and then you hold them accountable, and you take them before a court or a judge or a magistrate. All my cases have been settled, well, even having to go that far, because they know they're in violation of the law. And they're in violation of good faith effort to inform you and educate it as to what it is you're signing.
Right, but most people are not educated and they will just follow whoever is representing them. So if the realtor, it says, no, you have to sign here, it is the law, well, show me the law. They won't, because they won't show it to you because they don't know it, and they're just like monkeys. They're just following,
Hamster on a wheel.
Right, thank you very much. So we already know that the U.S. is a private for-profit corporation trying to contract with us in this matter. We also know that the IRS is another private for-profit corporation trying to contract us in this matter. But because of our lack of knowledge, we are contracting with these people unknowingly. And you know what? Ignorance is not an excuse under the law.
Correct.
It is our responsibility, my friends. And that is why we are here. To help you,
Amen.
To give you whatever knowledge we have available to you, sharing it to you. So if you find any value in this video, please share it. Please comment
Absolutely.
below.
And
we want to expand this community.
Well, we want to, first of all, we want our country back.
Yes.
Okay? We want our country back, and everybody has to be equal under the law. Again, everybody has to be equal under the law. That's why 60 million Americans lost their lives in the Civil War because of only one that statement. Everybody equal under the law. It didn't say what law. It said all laws. Okay, and we find it here now that our own government is violating those laws.
They're violating many laws.
That so many millions of people lost their life over to protect the very Constitution that they have to follow as well.
Right, and they're making us feel like it is an actual privilege, like it is a commodity for us to have a home, to have a land, when it is actually a natural law, a God-given right for us to have a home, for us to have a shelter without taxation. All right, people? So this is not only unlawful for these private for-profit companies or corporations to impersonate the actual government agency known as IRS. They are collecting taxes on us totally illegally, right?
Well,
So it is actually, it's not only unlawful, it is a crime, Frank.
it is a crime.
It is a crime, and I'm going to tell you why, because it involves extortion, coercion, intimidation, deprivation of our rights under color of law, mail fraud, my friends, because they are sending you those bills.
And that is electronic transfer. And electronic transfer fraud.
That too. And it's also a violation of Federal Debt Collection Practices Act and the Florida state laws, because they are acting as a debt collector agency. All right? If they're trying to collect a debt in you, they have to abide also by those laws. And that's very important to know. We are protected people, but we need to educate ourselves. Please share this video.
We are protected, but unless, we exercise our rights under the law, it's like, when the cat's away, the mice will collect all your taxes. So we have to have the people stand up and speak out in order to enforce the law equally under the color of law.
And don't be afraid.
It's your right. Okay, the government, Big Brother, is not the government. Okay, we are.
Thank you very much. We are the true government, we the people. But I know that a lot of people, they feel afraid, alone, intimidated because they use a lot of coercion tactics. They tell you that they're going to take your house away from you and you don't know any better. You don't know who to call, but we are here for you. Please connect with us.
I remember, quick story. I remember when I was in aviation school, I'm an aircraft engineer by education. I remember that one of my instructors, he was a veteran from Korea, the Korean War. And he was an excellent pilot and engineer. And he told a story that he got audited by the IRS. And he said, I went in there with a box full of receipts. I put it on the desk of the IRS agent, and he said to the IRS agent said to him, "What is this?" I said, "Well, those are my receipts to justify all my deductions." And he says, "Well, show them to me and categorize them." He said, "I have the right to remain silent. I don't want you to say another word to you anymore. Here's my evidence. I have the right to remain silent." 15 minutes later, they thanked him and wished him well, and that was the end of it.
When you know your rights, you're good to go.
Exactly.
But if you don't know your rights, you have none. Okay, but we're here for you. Now, a lot of people might be asking or perhaps thinking about, what about the Florida homestead tax exemption?
Very good topic.
That's another trickery, my friend, to get you into contract with the IRS. Okay, because this tax exemption was originally created for farmers. The IRS saw that, the farmers were living in their land and, of course, taking a little piece of land, to raise chickens and cattle and, to grow crops. But they were simply using their own labor, their expertise, to earn money.
And feed.
And to earn and feed their family. So it is an actual right, it is a natural right for a man or a woman to earn their living. And to earn their living is not taxable, at least not in Florida.
The pursuit of life, liberty,
right,
and freedom.
But because the IRS tricked the people by saying, no, but you're making money, you're making profit from this area, and we want to know how much money you're making, versus how much money you're investing, and immediately turned the people into a corporation. They were not a corporation. They were a simple family trying to put their kids through college, trying to have a happy life, simple, happy life. But of course, they have to earn money because they have to eat and they have to feed their children. And the house, most people think that a house is an asset. Let me tell you something. It's a liability because you have to fix something every week. I mean, at least I am. There's always something to fix. Lots of money goes through my house, but it's to fix things. Because things get old, so it's not a true asset like that they want to.
My philosophy has always been that you never stop working on your house.
That's right. So it's a lot of money that you have to invest, and you have to feed your kids, and you have to take care of the crop, and you have to take care of the animals that you're feeding too. So they were tricked into thinking that they were making money, that they were actually running a business, and they used instead of persuasion. Persuasion and manipulation, they're two different things, okay? So they use manipulation to let them think that, if you register your business, first of all, they didn't have any business. But if you registered your business in the county, then we can give you this miserable tax exemption. And of course, we're not going to tax your home. We're only going to tax the part that you are growing your crops and and your animals.
But most people do not grow crops or animals.
Through the years, they kept using this excuse, and it happened to me because when I first bought my home here in Florida, the very first thing that the realtor told me was, get immediately the tax exemption because that way the tax will not go as high or as fast. And she was telling me that as, oh my gosh, it is the greatest secret. You're going to be saving money. No, what happened to me and what is happening to everybody else, we signed a contract with the IRS. We got into a contract unknowingly, under trickery and under lack of knowledge, of course. But the IRS knew all the time. I mean, I live in an HOA, with an HOA, and you're not supposed to have any business. It is a restriction that they have. So why is the Miami-Dade County sending me nice letters every year, reminding me that now, according to their opinion, my house value has raised I don't know how much. It's according to somebody else's opinion, not
an assessor.
An assessment, that's right. So they put a value, which is the ad valorem tax, which is supposed to be for commerce. And I'm sorry that I have to interrupt you.
No.
But ad valorem tax is only meant for business, but because you sign a contract saying that your house is under commerce, because the tax, the homestead tax exemption, that's exactly what it means. That you are actually confessing that you have a business in your home.
So it's like okay, you let's say you get detained by the police, for whatever reason, and they give you all this paperwork, and one caveat says, if you don't sign here, we're going to charge you with everything we said, even though you're not guilty of it, and you haven't been proven guilty of it. So therefore, until that happens, you're innocent. But you're signing something,
confessing with your own signature,
and agreeing to and abiding by that clause in there that should be legal.
Yeah, because they're using coercion and intimidation, my friends.
Because and that fact is that
and extortion.
If you don't sign here, you don't get to live the American dream and have your own home or property.
That is totally legal.
You mentioned HOAs. HOAs, in my opinion, are the most horrible things ever created in the state of Florida. I've sued plenty of them because they're run by disinterested people. Like I tell my clients, listen, you're talking to somebody who's making $12, $15, $20 an hour. They're going to get their paycheck every 2 weeks or every week. Whether or not you're happy or you're not happy, they don't care. When they leave the office, they go to their homes, their homestead, and they could care less about you.
Of course.
And so you're paying the HOA monies to protect you, but instead what they're doing is monitoring you. So if, in case you violate any of their rules, they're not laws, they impose a fine against you. And of course, every HOA has attorneys that are ready and willing to impose those fines. That way, they can charge their hourly rate.
That's another form of tax. And they're, again, using intimidation, coercion, and extortion. They're not going by the law.
Yes.
But let's talk about business. Because just because I start baking cookies in my home and I start a bake sale in my yard, that doesn't say that doesn't mean that I have a business. It only means that I have a business if I actually go to sunbiz.org and I register my cookie business under the government. All right. But if you are a teacher and you're tutoring whatever, you're doing a ballet class, you're teaching cooking lessons, macrame, you name it, you're teaching anything, math, that is not a business. You have the right to earn your money. You have the right for that. It is a natural right, a natural law. It cannot be taxable. The government cannot tax a right. Can a government tax your right to breathe? No. Can the government tax your right to eat? No. Can the government tax your right to walk from point A to point B? No.
Well, unless you get on the highway and you pay the tolls, which are outrageous.
Well, that is a form of tax, and I'm okay with that because they're getting better, and that is a lawful way for the state.
I disagree with that because, and here's the reason why. Okay, and believe me, I've been on many panels regarding traffic and court and traffic laws and everything else, and okay, so. We already pay taxes to build these roads 50, 60, 70 years ago, right? Now, they have to be maintained. Okay, we're paying taxes to do that anyway. Why do we have to pay more taxes to get on a road that belongs to us, that we paid for and bought and paid for, when the road belongs to us? Why do we have to allow another sovereign nation to come here and buy 100 miles of expressways and then call it an express lane and charge us anywhere from $1 to $10 for using it when our money built it?
Right, and that is something that is a very problematic with a lot of people, but I rather pay toll than pay property taxes. Let's put it that way. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I'd rather pay a toll. They're outrageous right now because, like every other corner, they're charging you. You know, they have a toll, and I think that is.
And where's the money going?
Yeah, that is too much. They're not telling you.
Here's one of the problems that I had a long time ago with my first son. My boys, they all attended private school. And that was my choice, and it cost me a lot of money. So I challenged one time the county taxes because they're charging me for the school taxes. And I said, I'm not using your schools. I'm not using your schools.
I am totally against that. I agree 200%.
I am paying through my freedom and choice to send my kids, my boys to private school for whatever reason. Every single president has sent their kids to private school. The Clintons, they said, oh, Chelsea's going to go to public school. That never happened.
Of course not.
Okay, so then why do I and everybody else that either does homeschooling or goes to or the children or themselves go to private school and pay a lot of money for that? Why should we be forced to pay school taxes when we are not using it? And even though they're making money because they're making a lot of profit, because a lot of people send their kids to private school, why is it that our school system, not just ours, but almost in every county in the state of Florida, is a mess? And the teachers make really poor pay for the stuff that they have to go through.
But that will go away as soon as you remove your home from the tax roll.
So that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But we unknowingly, we signed a contract and we agreed to that unknowingly, but now we know. Now, going back to the business part of your home, like I said before, whatever you do in your home, whether you're baking cookies, doing tutoring lessons, planting pineapples and selling the pineapples, that is not a business, my friend. What you're doing there is that you are exchanging your expertise, your time, and your labor. And labor is not taxable. But they are putting the excuse that you're using your backyard as they are classifying it as a commodity.
A business.
Well, it is not a privilege to have that backyard. It is my right because I bought the land. So that is my land and I will do whatever I want with my land. And as long as I don't have, a manufacturing industry in the back.
So he outside say, hey, I'm selling.
Right, exactly.
Because
you don't have to register your business.
Here's a conundrum that I just thought of. Almost every weekend, you can drive up and down any neighborhood, and what are you going to find? A garage sale.
Is that taxable? No.
Exactly.
But they want to do it through Vimo and Cash App. They want to do that. Okay, so what have they done, these people? They have programmed us to think that we are corporations by trickery and by legalese words, and we have fallen into that category that in order to get a miserable discount, we have to sign a contract with the IRS, pretending that we are a business or that we in the future are going to have a business. And that's why they are doing the tax valorem levy on your homestead when this is totally illegal. And they know that, but you didn't know.
My friends, we've come to the end of the show again. Thank you so much for joining in. We appreciate your time and your interest. We are here to serve you, to guide you. Minerva, you're a wonderful person,
Thank you so
a
much for
great
having me.
American,
Thank you.
and thank you so much for being here. God bless you, and God bless America.
Amen.